Hey guys, welcome to today's episode, and I'm so excited. I have an amazing guest for you today. Her name is Michelle, and as you guys know, one of the things that I did to write my book and was to interview over 1,000 women, and we basically went through and we literally said, what do you eat? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so we literally asked everyone what they did. And so you're going to get to hear this live at exactly what she does, what she eats, how she stays so thin. Look at her body. It's absolutely perfect. So let's start by talking about counting calories.
Okay.
Do you ever, because a lot of people think, oh, the only way I'm going to lose weight is if I count calories. Do you ever count calories?
I do not.
Okay, did you hear that? She never counts
not.
calories. That's awesome. And so how do you kind of decide what you want to eat?
Honestly, I listen to my body. I see what it's craving. I mean, sometimes it wants sugar. Sometimes a lot of times I feel like as the older I've gotten, I've become more, I crave protein a lot. I'll crave something that, I love eggs. I eat so many eggs. And I made sure they were healthy. You know, like I talked to my doctor. I'm like, is it true? Like they're really bad for cholesterol? She's like, honestly, they're not. She's like, eat them.
You know, I want to kind of talk about this deprivation cycle because just so you guys know, when I was in college, I actually became bulimic. And it was because I had gone on all these crazy diets. I was using food when I was stressed. I was actually a math major. And what I did was I would get stressed out. I was one of those kids that I never studied and made straight A's.
Okay.
But then once my third year of college went in, you know, it's the craziest thing when you do math, you don't have numbers anymore. It literally switches to letters. And I was so in over my head. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can't switch majors now. I'm a junior, you know, all of that. So I just started eating my feelings. And then I was like, well, I'm gaining weight and that's not going to work. So then I just started throwing it up. And I just really got myself on this horrible cycle of deprive myself. Then I got deprived, then I would binge. And even if you don't throw up, it's still that kind of cycle where you can get out of control. But if you eat what your body's actually craving within reason,
Right.
then you don't have that crazy cycle. So talk about a little bit about how you eat.
I was going to say, and a lot of times, like I'll use the way I eat, I eat slow and I take pauses. And it takes me probably half an hour to finish something. And so I listen to my body and I kind of feel like when you take pauses, then you realize, okay, I'm kind of full at this point and I don't have to eat that much. So I really just listen to my body.
You know, one of the things that I did just the other day, and I realized, first of all, I got myself too hungry. So I talk about the hunger scale in my book. And like 0 is where you're like, you know, I call it hamster hungry. Like you're just like ravenously hungry, right?
Yeah.
And then a 5 is kind of like Thanksgiving Day full.
Okay.
And I had waited a really long time to eat. We had gone out to lunch and I got these shrimp lettuce tacos. And it just had nothing but lettuce and a little bit of shrimp and some, you know, other veggies in there. And I ate 2 of them, but I ate them too fast. And I looked at my husband. I was like, I'm still really hungry because I ate them too fast.
Right.
So I said, I'm going to order 2 more. So I ordered 2 more. And by the time they got there, then I finally realized, you know what, I'm kind of getting full now, right? Because I took the time. So just taking the food and taking pauses. 30 minutes to eat is a really long time. How did you train yourself to do that?
I try to keep myself busy. Honestly, I try to not think about food. I know that I feel like as humans, we just think about food. It's just ingrained in us. So I try to keep myself busy that I'm not thinking about food. I work 8 hours a day. I have a treadmill under my desk.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm constantly walking or running or doing something. And so I've just trained myself not to think that much about food. And when I do think about food, it's because I'm hungry. So I need to listen.
Yeah. So do you wait? It was so funny because this morning my stomach growled and my house manager was like, "Oh, your stomach just growled." And I was like, "Yay." Like it's kind of like sometimes people look at like your stomach growling as like a bad thing, but it's like, it's such a good thing. It's like, great. Now I know that my body is physically hungry. My heart's not hungry.
Right.
Do you ever eat because your heart is hungry, not because you're like emotions or, you know, like you're sad? One of the stories that's in the book is a girl named Christy, and we used to do these things. We called it Thursday Fun Day when we were in Virginia Beach. And one of the things that I used to bring, everyone's supposed to bring a dish.
Okay.
And I made guacamole, and she just loved my guacamole. Well, my housemate. But whenever I brought it, I noticed that she's very thin, perfect body. And she would take the guacamole. She was like, "Chantel, bring the guacamole over here." So she would take like 2 spoonfuls in a cup and then put it in the refrigerator for herself, because at that time that I brought it, she wasn't ready to eat.
Okay.
And so she was like, "I'm not hungry right now, but I don't want it to be gone when I am hungry." And so it was just like noticing that one thing was so magical for me, because my way of thinking, my old way of thinking, not now, but my old way of thinking before I started interviewing thousands of women was like, "Oh, I don't want the guacamole to be gone, so I need to eat it right now," right? But in her mind, she's like, if my body's not hungry, there's no chance I'm going to eat, but I have a plan to eat that for later. So that was like a really good hack. Talk about how you kind of distract yourself from, instead of running to food.
So usually it does involve exercise. It involves some kind of physical activity. I work out at home. So I'm not a gym person. I've tried it. I've tried joining gyms, and it's not me. I don't know.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's working for you.
I think I don't like sharing equipment.
Or waiting in line.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I think that's my problem.